ngayon?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I have...
Mabuti, inaamin mo.
This is true na nasa PCSO daw galing yung source ng reward money, and this is during the time na GM daw po kayo.
Were you ever directly involved in operations where suspects were neutralized as part of the drug war?
Wala po. Wala akong maalala.
Hindi ka involved dun sa yung tatlong Chinese drug lords sa Dapicol?
Hindi po, Mr. Chair.
How about kay Wesley Barayuga?
Hindi rin po, Mr. Chair, Your Honor.
Kasi kumakalat na sa inyong chat group huwag niyong aminin na may reward. You know why? Bakit ganon? Kasi yung pagtatrabaho ninyo, it's no longer service for the country and people. It is service for profit. Mas naniniwala na ako ngayon kasi sa inyo, kay Madam Garma. Kasi at stake na yung buhay ninyo. Kayo nandiyan pa kayo. Naka-uniforme, may baril sa tagiliran. At indication, Madam Garma, tama yung sabi niya. Takot na siya.
Ano ba itong drug list? Ano ba itong narco list? And in that request by Congressman Acop, we put that into motion where during that time, it was unanimously approved by the committee. So, may we ask now the PDEA kung meron ba kayong pwedeng i-submit, ipakitang report dito sa committee ito?
Yes, Your Honor. We will show to you how the drug list came about. And this is very crucial in relation to the story of Ms. Garma.
So, in other words, DG, masusuportahan nyo yung sinasabi ni Colonel Garma.
As far as the making of the drug list, sir, is concerned.
Okay, will you submit to us or are you going to make a presentation?
We will give you a copy, sir, but again, we ask for your indulgence. Please find time to look at it because we assure you that after we finish the presentation, you will understand how this list came about.
Sige, please.
I would like to request our Director for Intelligence, Director Bitong, sir, to brief.
Okay. So with the indulgence of the members of the committee, we will allow the PDEA to make this presentation or this report before the Quadcom. Please proceed.
Isa sa nagiging dahilan ng drug list na yan ay yung mga politician na once na hindi sumuporta kay Duterte ay matik na ilalagay sila sa narco-drug list of politician. So, matik na yun, hahabulin sila ng batas. Pero, hindi katanggap-tanggap. Kasi kung mo ba hindi sumuporta yung mga mayor or any politician sa Duterte administration, may karapatan na ba yung Duterte administration na ilagay sila sa narco list ng war on drug nang wala namang basehan dahil hindi lang sumuporta? Di ba?
With this, sir, as I try to read it so that I can deliver it crisply and clearly. This is based, we tried to be very faithful to the data that were made available to us. Next. So actually, sir, what I'm showing is the history of the PRR, this list. In several occasions, the former president showed lists and mentioned drug personalities in his public appearances. On August 7, 2016, he mentioned Mayor Mabilog along with 159 others. Next. In December 2016, the first president drug list, or popularly known as PRR list or narco list, was obtained. On September 28, 2017, the second list was obtained. This was merged with the first list. The total personalities combined were now at 6,191. On October 19, 2017, during the technical working group meeting, the TWG included in the list the personalities mentioned by PRRD on August 7, 2016. Thus, the total 6,221. 30 out of 159 new personalities were added. The others also mentioned were already in the list. In March 2018, the third list with 6,623 was received. The first, second, and third list was combined, removing redundancies.
Ang tanong, ano ang basihan ng mga narco list na to? Yung isa sabi dahil nga hindi supporter or baka may isang pabor na hiningi ang presidente at hindi na pagbigyan dahil hindi nga sumuporta. So ano naman yung ibang basihan? ng narco-drug list na to.
Think a total of 6,562 personalities. During this period, series of intelligence workshops, the crafting of policies and guidelines,
Balido ba yung mga dahilan? Imbestigahan ba sila ng mabuti? Itong mga narco-drug list na to? Meron bang investigasyon na nangyari bago sila nilagay sa drug list na yan? Matindi ba yung pagkaka-involve ba nila? Anong level? Meron ba talagang mga saksi o magpapatunay na talagang narco-drug list sila? O talagang may dahilan para ilagay sila dyan? Diba?
and remedied subcommittee meetings were conducted. It was on 28 May 2019 when the President's drug list was renamed Interagency Drug Information Database or IDID. From May 14, 2021 to April 7, 20...
Yung mga personalidad ba na nagsusulat o naglalagay diyan sa mga narco-drug list personalities na yan, kapanipaniwala ba? O baka mga may sariling interest lang sila kaya nilagay nila yung mga tao na yan, o baka may sarili silang galit, o baka i-bank yan sa isa sa dahilan kaya nagiging narco-drug list ang isang tao. Ano ba? Meron bang validong dahilan yan ng narco-drug list na yan?
2022, 3 remedied committee meetings were conducted. Out of 1,046 POIs adjudicated by the remedied committee, only 885 were approved. 600 POIs recommended for deletion, 249 for relegation to suspense file, and 36 for retention, and 153 POIs remain pending. This is the current ID, the working database that is the product of remedied from the first, second, and third list. Upon the assumption of PBBM, the committee members conducted several consultation meetings. A letter signed by current SILG as chairman, the former SILG, as chairman of Remedied Committee, proposing the dissolution of the Remedied guidelines and procedures was forwarded to the Office of the President on May 24, 2024. This is yet to be approved. Meanwhile, the different regional adjudication committees are continuously deliberating their ideas. In our effort to come up with a comprehensive study, PIDEA obtained the following e-copies as shown. When PIDEA was tasked to study the origin of PRRD list, PIDEA gathered versions from other sources as shown. First on the list is the new target list. It is the file name. It was recovered from old PIDEA files. The original list in August 2020 was acquired by the Director General of PIDEA on September 2024. The PRRD list pro-NIR was recovered by the Deputy Director General for Operation ASEC Renato Gumban. And the ID list is the working database maintained by PIDEA, processed from first, second, the PRRD pronouncement, and the third list. I will show you, sir, the details of the different lists. Going to the details, shown are the properties and contents of the different lists. Comparing the 5 Excel e-copies, we come up with the following results. New target list and original list are the same with 3,981 names. The August 2020 and PRRD list pro-NIR have minor differences. File name PRRD list pro-NIR has only 31 worksheets compared to August 2020 with 32 because it contains worksheet NIR. ID, the official list of Remedied Committee, has a total of 6,276. Let me just note that Attorney Wesley Barayuga, the PCSO official killed on July 30, 2020, was included in August 2020 and PRRD list pro-NIR, but never in IDID. Going deeper, sir, you will note, sir, that the new target list is authored by PNP-CIDG, as well as the original list, PNP-CIDG, and the next, the August 2020, is authored by a certain Ianism, as well as PRRD list, pro-NIR, while the IDID has no more author because this is a working database. Upon checking the properties of the same 5 Excel files, particularly the original list, it has the PNP CIDG and Yanissim as the authors, 4 of which were created last July 25, 2016, while the IDID was created last November 15, 2022. Because, as I said, it is a working database and properties change every updating. The next slide, this is what we were talking about earlier. This slide shows notable differences among the lists. On the left is worksheet found in the new target list and original list. This contains 5 levels with description in a column for amount. On the right is worksheet found in file name August 2020 and PRRD list Pro NIR. These have only 4 levels with description and an evaluation. These do not have the amount column. In the IDID list, all these worksheets are not included. Next. This slide is a photo gallery of high-value target found in the lists. On the left, the new target list, original list, and IDID list contain fewer photos than the one on the right with file name August 2020 and PRRD list Pro NIR. On the next slide, shows a photo gallery of alleged Binondo personalities found on the list. Just like the previous slide, the new target list, original list, and IDID list on the left contain
Ano kaya ang naging basihan nila? O palagay natin, totoo ba talaga sila na na may kinalaman talaga sila o involved ba talaga sila sa drugs? O baka politika lang ang dahilan? So, dapat meron ding investigasyon, TORA investigation. Hindi yung basta, hirap kasi yan, yung lagay ka ng lagay, parang ibon na lang ang tao
in fewer photos than the one on the right with file name August 2020 and PRRD list Pro NIR. In both lists, Dapicol personalities Jackson Lee and Wong Meng Pin are included. Our findings. There is indeed the President's drug list, commonly known as PRRD list. All 4 lists obtained were authored on July 25, 2016. File name, new target list, and original list are both authored by PNP CIDG. The file name PRRD, Pro NIR, and August 2020 have same author, Yanissim. These were recently obtained and did not undergo official validation by the remedied. There are many inconsistent.
Ano yung Yanissim? Bakit yung author, ang nag-author pala ay Yanissim? Anong ibig sabihin ng Yanissim? Dapat ipinapaliwanag din nila ibig sabihin ng Yanissim, no?
Inconsistencies and differences between the different lists. The counts of personalities vary. There are double or triple entries, many aliases, insufficient details. The top high-value target of personalities with some names on the picture gallery are not included in the list. There are also inconsistent recapitulation and
Dapat yung mga author nitong narcolist na to, naiimbestigahan din sila kung talaga bang may basehan yung yung narcolist nila o panipaniwala ba yung mga narcolist na yan?
in numbering on the sheets. The 3 Chinese killed in Dapicol are included in the list. The original list contained the amount column. Mayor Mabilog was not included in the original list until October 19, 2017, 2 months after second list was received. And attorney Wesley Barayuga was included only in August 2020 and PRRD list Pro NIR, but never in IDID or the official list. That ends our briefing, sir.
Ay, guys, alam niyo na ba itong bagong app? Ito nga pala yung WhatsApp. Napakadali lang na itong gamitin dahil isang bagong...
Sir.
Mr. Chair, can I have just some clarificatory question?
Please proceed.
Thank you very much. Just to the PDEA, nabanggit niyo po kanina, based on what I gather, it was a list that was having a lot of revisions from the time that it started, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, if it was being revised continuously, we were seeing deaths left and right since 2016 onwards.
Yes, Your Honor.
So how can we now say that those deaths and those operations were indeed validated true drug personalities? If the list itself that served as the basis of the PNP to implement was not validated, nor was it final in nature.
That was the predicament that we had while we were trying to analyze the lists, Your Honor, because we found out that, let us just take, for example, the first list or the original list. It was sent to PIDEA, it was studied by PIDEA, and when it was submitted back to the palace, that is what I understand, a second list would be given back to PIDEA. And it was observed that there would be names included in the list that was being sent back to PIDEA. So parang, sir, we checked on the list, we send it forward, we send it upwards for them to check on it, hoping that there would be no more names included, but it was the opposite. There would be names again that would be included. And so this continued until the third list. And so as not to miss anything, the lists were already combined with each other to come up with the August 2020 list, removing the names that were redundant or maybe there were deaths already, so they were removed from the list already. So that was how the list evolved, Your Honor.
Do you have somebody from the CHR here, Mr. Chair? Do you have a representative from the CHR?
Yes, earlier they were here, but after the interview with the victims earlier, we allowed them to be excused from this
I just
particular.
wanted to know lang, Mr. Chair, kasi base sa sinabi ng PIDEA, it was around 2020 where, a working draft that was actually validated was finalized, more or less, correct?
Your Honor, just to make a clarification, the file name is dated August 2020. But as early as 2019, the file name is only August 2020, Your Honor, but as early as 2019, because after the NSC, General Bitong will explain, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Actually, starting January 4 of 2016, sir, it already undergo a TWG deliberation. There is no remedy yet. It has not yet been approved.
January 2016?
No, sir. It's January 2017. January 4, 2017.
So meaning, it was on July 1 that the former president assumed office. So it was not until the following year of the first month, January 2017, that this list was, how do you say it, processed, correct?
Sir, may I... actually, sir, starting July 4 of 2016, 5 days after the assumption, the President started showing already and showing in public the President's list.
So what was the basis of that list?
We only got the official list on January 4 of 2017, the first list.
Colonel Patay, di ba tanong ko lang, di ba sabi nyo kanina na-assign kayo sa Davao
Del Norte po, Mr. Chair.
Tapos pagkatapos ng assignment nyo doon, anong taon yun?
Until 2016 July, Mr. Chair.
Ha?
Until 2016 July.
Can you speak louder?
2016 July, Mr. Chair.
2016 July. Tapos in 2016 July, saan po kayo nailipat?
Dito po sa NCRPO, Station 6, CCPD, Mr. Chair.
NCRPO, Station 6. Nung kayo po ang naipwesto dito, gaano katagal po kayo naglingkod dito po sa NCRPO Station 6?
11 yata yun, Mr. Chair. 11 months from July to September, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Chair.
Doon po sa kabuuan ng 11 buwan, maalala niyo po ba kung ilan ang drug operations ninyo na nagresulta sa pagkamatay ng suspect?
Hindi ko po bigay yung exact figure, Mr. Chair.
But more or less,
Ko po ma-estimate. Last time, Mr. Chair, previous hearing, may guidance na po dito na ang listahan po ay, I think that it was submitted yata dito sa committee na to, Mr. Chair.
yes. Can you give me a ballpark figure?
I was not able to look at the report, Mr. Chair. I cannot give the figure, Mr. Chair. Kamali po ako.
Chairman Paduano, maybe you can tell me.
Anyway, just to correct your statement, Ken Patay, of course, baka nakalimutan mo na, you stayed in NCRPO, QC, station in Batasan.
Station 6.
Station 6 nga, pero QC, diba? QC.
Yes, sir.
You were assigned here in the NCRPO July 1.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And July 4, you were assigned as Station 6 Commander, tama?
If the records...
Anyway,
Yes, sir.
yung transfer mo pabalik doon sa CIDG,
CIDG after my assignment dito sa Station 6, Mr. Chair.
correct. And that is September. So you stayed in Station 6 more than a year.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
More than a year.
Okay.
Now, during the previous hearing sa Committee on Human Rights, as reported, the data shows that more than 100 was killed, which is drug-related operations.
Mr. Chair, I cannot confirm or deny that data.
And that is the data presented to us, not you, but the CHR.
Thank you very much, Congressman Paduano. So anyway, so Colonel Patay, doon sa panahon na in-implement niyo po itong madugong gera laban sa droga, sabi na nga po na mahigit 100 ng buhay na nasawi. Ano po ang pinagbasihan po ninyong listahan?
That was based on the reports from the BADAC, Mr. Chair, and intel reports coming from the intel of our unit, Mr. Chair.
Intel of the PNP.
There was already a list in the stations produced or stored coming from the BADAC, Mr. Chair, because during that time the barangay officials were very cooperative on that campaign, Mr. Chair.
So anyway, ang akin lang pong medyo nakakadala ng konting, hindi naman konti kasi ang malaking pangamba, Mr. Chairman, is PDEA said that it was a working draft, this list that was used as basis to implement the drug war. And it was not until 2020
Malaki pala ang malaki ang ambag ng barangay. So, isa sa source ng mga narco-listening na yan ay ang barangay. So, yung mga barangay captain ba na nag-submit ng mga narco name na yan o narco-list name na yan ay kapanipaniwala ba? O yung kanilang karakter ba ay talaga bang malinis? Yung mga barangay official na yan na nag-submit ng mga narco-list na yan ay kapanipaniwala din ba? O baka naman may kulay politika din yung mga barangay official na yan na nag-submit ng mga name na yan sa narco-list? Kasi isa sa nag-ambag o may ambag ng mga narco-list name na yan ay coming from barangay official. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga barangay official ba na yan ay walang halong pamumulitika yung mga isinabit nila na name o walang halong sariling vengeance o galit? Walang halong ibang kulay?
Was an interagency task force was created to have still a processing draft of a list. And that was 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. That was 4 years after the assumption. How many lives were lost during that time? The question now is, doon sa mga namatay at inoperate, ilan doon ba talaga yung inosente at hindi dapat nasa listahan? Kasi yung mismong listahan na pinagbabasihan hindi pa nga final in nature, Mr. Chair. So, siguro, Mr. Chair, one of my requests is for PDEA to give us this list and we can cross-match it to those individuals that were, how do you see it, unjustly lost their lives, and then we can see really the loopholes in the implementation of this drug war. That's my point, Mr. Chair. Maraming salamat.
Salamat, Congressman Suarez. So the next to interpolate is Congressman Dan Fernandez. You have 10 minutes.
Okay, salamat po. So we have invited yung sa PCSO, no? We are very sorry, no, na overturn tayo ng mga events and even all other officers from PNP, sila Balindog, sila Villela, Crialdo. Maybe I'll just limit my question kay GM Rohina Garma, no? Kasi medyo ngayon lang namin na-receive yung affidavit. So, meron lang akong gustong tanong dito na Ma'am Rohina, no? But of course, hindi naman po natin na stop, Mr. Chairman, yung sa PCSO dahil meron din po mga issues doon that need to be clarified, no? Ma'am Rohina, kasi dito sa sinabi mo rito that tinawagan ka ni Presidente, former President Duterte, 5 a.m. in the morning. And during that time that you were with him, kayo lang ba dalawa?
No, Mr. Chair.
Sinong kasama niyo?
Tara, let's buy now and pay later. Get 0% interest deals and vouchers.
Niyo sa sakyan.
Yeah, it's just the two of us, Mr. Chair.
So, ikaw ang sumundo kay former President?
I have my vehicle kasi, so nag-drive ako papunta doon. And then sabi niya, sasakay na lang siya sa loob ng sasakyan.
So, you were driving the car?
Yes, sir.
And this is a usual thing for you to do with the former President when you were still the Chief of Police of Davao.
Hindi naman, Mr. Chair.
So, hindi siya regular na ginagawa niyo na sinusundo mo siya doon? Or, kasi very unusual
No,
yung...
Mr. Chair, that was the first time.
First time to?
Pinapunta ako doon. Yes.
At nagtaka ka rin dahil presidente na siya noon. President-elect na siya.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And this was May 2016. Hindi pa siya nag-oath.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And do you have some inkling on what you were going to talk about or wala naman?
Hindi ako nagtatanong kasi, Mr. Chair. I just complied with the instructions.
Bakit ka pinagkakatiwalaan ng former president? I was a bit, hindi naman confused, but suddenly parang nabibigla lang ako because you were denying your relationship with him, right? Even there are issues about you and the former president having a romantic relationship in accordance to what we have read do sa mga issue that was tackled by Montulfo. You will be denying that you have a relationship with the former president?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
At yung pagtitiwala sa iyo, paano nag-start yung pagtitiwala? Kasi there must be something on it. That's the reason why he called you and he was with you. Ano yun?
Mr. Chair, kung titignan mo kasi yung structure ng officer sa Davao City Police Office, I am the most senior female police officer. And the first time that I reported also sa Davao City Police Office when he was the mayor and I was just a lieutenant during that time, it appears that I'm the first PNPA officer who was assigned in Davao City. I think it was his first time to encounter. I was only 23 years old during that time. So parang naging familiar din siya sa akin. And then when I work sa Davao City Police Office na mayor siya or naging vice mayor siya, perhaps siguro nakita niya din yung how I work, Mr. Chair. Until eventually nung naging senior na po yung rank ko as an admin officer, I would attend mga conferences and I am the only female officer present in the room and I used to be the spokesperson of the station commanders because nahiya sila magtanong.
So in other words, matagal kayong matagal kayong nagkasama sa trabaho. It's all about work.
Yes, Mr.
Walang
Chair.
something that niligawan ka niya o naging
To some, it would appear na parang nanligaw, but for me, it's just naman po, just work. Mr.
okay.
Chair.
Dito kasi may binabangkit ka, no? Yung, well, kanina na-mention na yung tatlong level, no? Yung patayan, tapos babayaran, tapos yung pondo doon sa plant operation. Kasi binanggit mo dito na mayroong pondo para sa plant operation. And the Congress is allotting funds for a Koplan. Meron tayong pondo sa Koplan eh.
Yes.
Why meron pang pondo na ibibigay? Is this a separate fund aside from the Koplan that are being utilized by the station? Or it's all the same?
Yeah. Mr. Chair, in reality sa ground, wala naman talagang pondo binibigay ang PNP sa Koplan. Yung mga Koplan lang na napupundohan, national level yan kung meron man. But station level, pag magkanda ka ng mga simultaneous service of search warrant, ikukoplan mo yan because you need the support of other agencies, you will deploy agents, you need money, and you need to pay your agents. So, gagawa ka ng koplan, hindi po yan ina-approve ng PNP. So, ang ginagawa ng local police, they would go to the mayor and ask for funding ng koplan. Ganyan po ang normal na nangyayari po sa ground, Mr. Chair. Hindi po yung pupuntahan ng provincial office or ng regional office.
So in other words, walang pondo na nilalaan sa bawat istasyon kapag nagkakaroon sila ng koplan. At the PNP or yung mag-operate ng koplan have to source it out. No? So, yun ang sinasabi mo. So, sino si Muking? Kasi may sinabi ka dito, a certain Muking conducted you. Is he Muking Espino?
Parang Espina. Yeah, staff po ni, ano po yan, sa City Hall, sa office po ni Sir Bongo during that time.
Staff to ni Senator Bongo?
Yes po, during that time.
Anong pangalan niya?
Actually, I forgot, Mr. Chair, but she's known with that name, Muking.
Yeah, and here, may...
Espina or Espino.
Anyway,
Can be verified anyway.
siguro, Mr. Chairman, to give clarity, on this statement made by Rohina Garma, let's invite this Muking Espino, in the next hearing. And, sige po, Mr. Chair.
Comsec, please take note and send invitation for our next Quadcom hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I think that certain Muking is assigned during the time from Davao. Dinala po sa Malacanang. I think he's USEC dun sa PMS. Kindly check na lang, Comsec.
Would you know the complete and full name of Muking? So we can check the records already. Comsec, please coordinate with the PMS and invite the name Muking.
And on number 12, binabanggit mo dito that you learned from Arthur Nasolis via phone that Leonardo had been summoned by the President and was instructed to proceed to Mandaya Hotel in Davao for a meeting. I think, Mr. Chairman, we need to really ask the PNP to look for Arthur Nasolis. What is the status of Arthur Nasolis with regards to this hearing, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, earlier we asked Colonel Cunanan, our liaison to the Philippine National Police, to coordinate with the new CIDG chief, General Torre, and help the committee locate SPO for Arthur Nasolis. He's very material in this investigation, and we need his testimony before this Quadcom. General Torre.
Mr. Chairman, was he cited in contempt already?
Cited in contempt.
He was already cited in contempt, and there was an order for his arrest.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Number 14, Rowena, you declined the invitation of Leonardo to join the task force. Kasi dito sinasabi mo, nag-create ng task force. So you declined, why?
I don't have experience kasi wide experience with regards to that, Mr. Chair. And during that time, there was an instruction and we had a meeting in Davao. The President, Leonardo, Bongo, and I was there. I was called. There was a plan actually that I will join the PMS to handle the police and military matters. So, hindi ako talaga pwede din doon. But eventually, hindi naman din natuloy lahat ang plano. And hindi din ako sumali as a staff sa Malacanang. And hindi rin ako sumali po dun sa... And then an order kasi was issued na rin sa akin to report sa CIDG after my schooling.
And what happened doon sa DPWH, you involved yung mga classmates mo, sila Bakay, Bilela, Grialdo, Tucson, and Duenas.
Yes, Mr.
But there
Chair.
was no meeting at all in accordance with your...
Sa amin po, walang pumasok. Kwentuhan lang talagang sir. Separate room po kasi kami. So, kami-kami lang po ang nag-usap, magka-classmate po.
And in accordance with your affidavit, number 19, after the courtesy call which happened in DPWH, Leonardo informed me that the structure of the intended task force would undergo changes. Ano yung changes na yun?
Nung una po kasi, yung ginawa pong parang structure is masyadong, what do you call this, very structured po siya talaga, na merong head, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, and maraming staff. So, ang nangyari po is na-change, naging simple na lang. Naging simple na meron ng in-charge, and then meron lang mag-handle ng, mag-verify siguro, mag-document, and etc. So, hindi na siya tulad na may Luzon na task force, Visayas, and Mindanao. Which is
So nakita mo yung yung
yun ang
structure na
plano.
yun? Nakita mo yung structure na yun?
Yung original structure, nakita ko po, sir, kasi nga ako po yung nag-arrange ng meeting para
Yeah.
i-discuss. Pero yung second na simple na, parang wala nang structure kasi parang in addition to your function, parang ganyan na lang po nangyari sa IDG. Ito yung task mo, ito yung task mo, ito yung tasking mo.
Kasi we have received a structure
that
that
is
you
just,
have submitted to us.
That is how the flow looks lang po. It's a diagram but not the structure.
Hindi ito ang
necessarily,
pinaka-structure.
No, it's just a diagram how communication flows. Yes, Mr. Chair. It's just a communication flow actually.
Okay, from the top to the bottom level.
Yes, it would appear that.
Alright, so
It's not a
just
structure.
wanted to inform the body that we have received a diagram of how the money flows, no?
The communication.
The communication
flows.
and?
Yes. And it would appear also the money would come in.
So we will go with that, no? We will go with that. So, dito sa task force na to, sige, go ahead.
With the indulgence of Chairman Dan. Kasi ganito to po yung pagkaintindi ko, si Colonel Leonardo proposes a task force, pero masyadong mabigat, di ba? Too heavy, di ba? Now, ang implementation ng drugs ang ginawa na lang per unit, per region, per province, per city, in which yung assignment of those trusted or quote-unquote war machine will be assigned individually. Tama po? Tapos yung structure na yung diagram na pinakita mo, yun yung sistema ng reporting. Tama?
Yes po.
And at the same time, yun yung diagram that the flow with regards to reporting and the reward system.
Yes, Mr.
So ang assignment, kasi kanina tinanong si Colonel Patay, who assigned you, etc., etc. So, Colonel Patay, actually, of course, manggagaling yun sa R1 o yung sa personnel dito. But Colonel Patay was assigned in QC in that situation na wala pong task force. Colonel Patay was handpicked to be assigned in CRPO and particularly in QC. Parang ganon, di ba? Yung specific na magiging daloy, Colonel Garma, ma'am, per assignment, per individual.
Pakiulit, sir.
Hindi, ang sinasabi ko po, yung assignments of personnel or officers is based on the concentration of drugs. No? At the same time, wala pong task force dahil individual ng assignment ng bawat trusted individual that should implement such Davao model. Ika nga.
I'm not too familiar po kung ganun ang lahat ng setup, but to some, nangyayari po yon. To some po naman po, dala-dala sila ng PD, dala-dala din po sila ng RD.
Of course, I understand. If the PD is part of the selected people that will be implementing such directives, di ba? Yung war on drugs, tama?
Lahat po kasi required na mag-implement.
Kaya nga, pero ibig ko sabihin, for example, si Juan de la Cruz is in Negros o Bacolod City. Pag nandun yung bolto ng drug transactions and activities, kung si Juan de la Cruz is now the city director of that city, maintain siya, di ba? But in the case of Colonel Patay, for example, kasi ganito na lang po, nandito naman lahat sila, except for Colonel Bilina. Dito na po, si Marcos nandito rin. Ito, ano lang tayo dito kasi you cannot lie the data and the records in your assignment. Example, Colonel Patay, in your case, 2017,
Yes, Mr. Chair.
you were assigned here. O, sinong bit sa'yo? Who is the QCPD the time?
General Elizar, Mr. Chair.
General Nisar.
Elizar, Mr. Chair.
O during your time as junior officer, do you have any assignments under Elizar?
None, Mr. Chair.
O none? O kita mo, you are assigned here not because you are brought or asked by General Elizar. You are brought here to implement this project. Ganun po, kahit yung Colonel Marcos. Well, ito Colonel Marcos, yung Colonel Laraga was demoted in that operation but he was just suspended for 4 months. Di ba? Ikaw, Colonel Italio, o saan ka na-assign na maraming namatay? Di ba you were assigned Laguna?
Mr. Chair, binyan po ako sa Laguna.
O, Binyan, Laguna nga.
Yes, sir, Laguna.
O, then you were assigned in Rizal. Tama?
Kainta, sir.
O, ang request ko lang dito, nandito kasi lahat ng records nyo eh. Tapos magkatugma doon sa nangyari, napatayan, yung mga namamatay. I also understand that during the time, yung basic na instinct ng isang opisyal is promotion, of course, some perks, or else, i-assign ka doon sa malalayo, or worst is, kakasuhan ka. And that happens. I have now the records. Lahat po, kahit yung kaklase nyo. Kaya sabi ko nung kaan, 96, 97, marami pong magagaling dyan. Marami magagaling. But of course, some of you were forced during the time. Naintindihan ko yun. But of course, you cannot lie. Because you have all your assignments and all the deaths happen in your assignment. But sabi ko na nga, you are forced to do it because or else, yung isa nyo kanyang kaklase o underclass yung isa, he was dismissed because of, alam mo, no? Yung quota. O, ginawa siya ng problema. Ito lang yung motion for reconsideration niya was considered. Kasi ang basis is all about the quota. Ayun yung sinasabi ko. At least, ako, sinasabi ko lang, alam na po namin lahat. Lalo na po ngayon si Ma'am Garma has already issued his affidavit. Mayroon pa po. I hope you understand. And don't force us to cite it in contempt. Kasi ano na lang dito, puno-puno na po. Ako sinasabi ko, naintindihan mo kayo during the time. But this time, we don't want this to happen again, even in the next administration. Whoever sits in Malacanang. And I ask you to help us. Because this is not for me.
Dapat imbestigahan din yung mga source ng mga nasa narco-list. Sino ba yung mga number 1 na contributor ng narco-list name na yan? Sila ba ay merong kapasidad o kapanipaniwala ba yung katauhan nila? As in, walang halong politika, walang bahid politika, walang vengeance o paghiganti, walang galit doon sa mga isinabmit nila na mga pangalan sa narco-list. Dapat imbestigahan din yung source ng mga narco-list na yan, yung mga naglagay dyan sa ng mga listahan. Sino ba yung number 1 contributor ba? Barangay? Official? Ano pa? Sino ba sila? Yung mga naglagay-lagay dyan, yung mga nagchuchu. Kung sino may mga nagchuchu, dapat kasi noon, chuchu lang, tikok na. O sino yung mga yun? Dapat imbestigahan din yung mga nagtuturo nung araw. Kasi sa totoo lang, malaki din yung ambag nila kung bakit nagkaroon ng EJK, no?
This is not for the PADCOM. This is not for the House of Congress. This is for the people of this country. Yun lang po. Sana po you cooperate and you execute your affidavit so that we can now end this interpellation. Kasi darating din tayo doon. Sabi nga ni Chairman Akop nung nakaraan, aabot din tayo doon. Yeah, anyway, Mr. Chairman, I hope yung mga nandito, and don't you know, kahit si Colonel Tam Tucson wala dito, papatawag din siya. Kasi kayo lang nabanggit nung nakaraan. Kaya sinasabi namin, kung hindi nyo pwedeng sabihin, in open hearing, you execute voluntarily your affidavit. Kasi ganun din po. Lalabas at lalabas din. For now, Mr. Chairman, that's all. I hope the gentleman in the PNP understand my position and my statement, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Congressman Pudano. Continue. Continue,
Can
Congressman.
you kindly show the diagram? I just wanted to be clarified on something. Because Miss Roina Garma, no? Ito yung binigay mo. Did you do this, diagram? Ikaw yung gumawa ng diagram. Itong diagram na nakita namin dito that you have submitted, parang...
As far as I just simplified my affidavit in a...
O kasi dito sa I was trying to look at your affidavit. At sa affidavit mo, sa page 3, number 25, minention mo dito si Peter Parungo.
Yes po.
Si Peter Parungo na binanggit mo dito, ang sinasabi mo, one task force being operational. I later learned that all Copeland funds, the fund for operational expenses and rewards for agents were processed through the bank accounts of Peter Parungo at Metrobank, BDO, and PS Bank. So, ibig sabihin, itong Peter Parungo, pag titignan mo yung diagram, hindi ko siya makita doon. So, can you kindly explain where this Peter Parungo and who is Peter Parungo? Yes, at ano yung kanyang role? Siya ba'y tumatanggap ng pera? Kanino nang gagaling ang pera? Kanino binibigay ang pera? Can you kindly tell us?
The one in green po, Peter Parungo, Pedro, known as Pedro po.
Yun nasa kulay green na sa kaliwa.
Yes po.
Yun ang Peter Parungo.
Yes.
At na nanggagaling ang instruction at ang pera doon kay alias Muking.
Mr. Chair, that is how Pedro described it to me when one time I was at CIDG and parang nagkaambot ng ulo, sir. Sabi ko,
Ano sabi niya?
bakit? Ako, ma'am, baka ma-amlak na ako kasi every week malalaking amount ang pumapasok. Saan? Sa bangko, ma'am, Metrobank, ganyan. Balak na nga mag-open pa nga ng ibang bank. So sabi ko, di mahirap yan pag ganyan. Ganyan ko siya. Kasi nahirapan na siya kasi nga sobrang dami na pumapasok. Yun ang reklamo niya na kamot ulo palabas ng opisina that time. And I was just outside the office. I asked him kung bakit ganun ang behavior niya. That's where I learned na siya pala ang pinupuntahan ng pera.
So, sinabi niya na si Yusek Muking,
Sabi niya.
ang naglalagay ng pera.
Kasi yun ang instruction sa kanya.
So, Mr. Chairman, I think this Pedro Parungo is so crucial that we need to invite him as well. At nakalagay dito sa alias Pedro, CIDG 11 personnel in charge in the deposit and payment of money coming from alias Muking from PMS who in charge in releasing of money. Binanggit ba sa iyo kung saan nanggaling yung pera ni Muking?
Wala po. Si Pedro, yun lang po ang sinabi. Actually, hindi po personal po ng CIDG si Pedro. Parang trustee lang po. During that time.
So si Pedro
Hindi
Muking,
po siya organic.
si Pedro Parungo, hindi siya PNP personnel.
Hindi rin po siya NUP.
Ito yung may kaso ng rape.
Yes, Mr.
Correct? Yes. Okay. With that, Mr. Chairman, I reiterate my request, no? And to invite this person, Peter Parungo.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman Ato, with the indulgence of
Mr. Parungo.
Yes,
Ang may tao kay Peter Parungo ay si Colonel Leonardo.
Opo, Mr. Chair.
Pero palaging nandun siya sa PCSO, di ba?
Hindi po, Mr. Chair. Hindi po palagi. I think, alam ko na po kung ano yung expense niya. Actually, noong 2019, when I assumed as PCSO, nag-wrap up na po yung war on drugs. I think tatanggalin na siya kasi wala na siyang role. And then nakiusap po na baka pwede, ma'am, magtrabaho na lang ako with PCSO kasi wala na akong tasking or whatever. Sabi niya. O sige, sabi ko, I need liaison in Davao kasi sa mga relief goods operation, we will distribute and etc. So, I hired him, Mr. Chair, kasi wala na siyang work. Kasi
Before that, nagtatrabaho siya kay Colonel Leonardo.
Yes, sir, kasi nasa sa IBG talaga siya, Mr. Chair. Yes, po.
Kumbaga sa kwan, kasi ugali ng mga opisyal, meron silang tawag dun sa opisyal na parang handyman, inuutusan nila palagi, di ba? Nalimutan ko na lang.
Runner.
Ha?
Striker.
Yes.
Maski lahat ng opisina dyan sa Krami, meron ding striker. So, striker si Peter Parungo. Pero kung ipapahanap natin sa AMLAC, yung bank or financial transaction dun sa 3 bangko na binabanggit, malaki yung pera doon. Thank you.
Brothers and sisters, this is a new year. But for you, what is going to make this year different from last year?
Honorable.
That is educational, Chairman Acop. So, Ma'am Rohina, binanggit mo rin dito si Romel Bactat, si Rodel Serbo, si Michael Palma, at yun na nga, si Peter Parongo, were charged with the task of collecting and verifying information provided by police officers in the field concerning arrests or deaths of individuals named in the list of drug personalities and creating a summary report. All of these reports would then been encoded and compiled by Lester Berganyo. The compilation is thereafter elevated to Leonardo, who will decide what level the arrest or killing was and its corresponding reward. Is this correct? Kapidabit mo to
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Ang bigat pala ng role ni Leonardo. Kasi siya yung magdi-decide kung gaano kalaking pera ang ibibigay doon sa nakapatay na pulis. Kasi kung arrest lang, walang rewards. Pero kung may patayan na involved, may rewards. Pero yung level ng rewards o laki ng pera na ibibigay, si Leonardo ang magdi-decide. Siya ang magdi-decide kung anong level yun. So, ibig sabihin, malaki ang involvement o role ni Leonardo.
Okay.
Ang dalawa kasi po report na pumapasok po is yung report na mayroon ng encounter sa ground and yung report po ng mga receive intel report for validation, for confirmation or para establish kung anong level for encoding po or listing sa list. So dalawa po yung report na pumapasok, yung namatay at saka yung for listing and for verification and validation po.
Paano mo naman nakilala si Romel Bactat, si Rodel Serbo, si Michael Palma, and Peter Barungo?
These are all organic personnel of CIDG 11 and I work with CIDG 11 noon. Nandun na rin sila and ito po yung mga tao ni Sir talaga.
So itong tatlo, nakalagay din dito, si Romel Bactat, Rodel Serbo, Michael Palma are former policemen.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, in that case, Mr. Chairman, I move that we invite also Romel Bactat, Rodel Serbo, Michael Palma, and of course, yan nga po, si Peter Barungo. Ito po yung task force. Sila ang task force.
Wala pong task force, Mr. Chair. Ang nangyari lang po is naging depository of information, data, validation of reports, yung CIDG.
Sila yung operatives.
Yeah, to maintain the list, to ganun po ang role nila. Sila yung dedicated, in addition to their job, dedicated po to handle.
And binanggit mo rin dito si sa 26, matatapos na tayo,
Itong Romel Bactat, Michael Parumo, ano bang level ng credibility meron sila para mag-decide sila nung kung sino yung kung gaano kabigat yung isang narco-list name. Mga former policemen sila na may mga kaso. So, involved din sila sa mga kriminal. Pero, ibig sabihin, ba't ganun? Ba't sila yung kinuha doon? Anong kredibilidad ba meron sila?
Leonardo conducted briefings for PIDEA, IG, regional directors, and PNP chiefs. PNP chiefs?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mga incoming po.
Siya ang nag-conduct ng briefing?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. Meron po kasing extensive research po ginawa si Sir. Meron po yung confidential na book na yan po yung ginagamit niya to brief po mga RDs, R2s, Chief PNPs, incoming Chief PNPs po para ma-appraise po sila kung ano po yung present drug situation and operation sa bansa po.
Okay. Do you have knowledge kung sino yung mga na-brief niya sa PIDEA, sa IG, doon na lang sa PIDEA? Sino yung mga na-brief ni,
Mr. Chair, I think sa record makikita naman po natin kung sino po yung mga umupo na mga directors during that time. I cannot actually
Alright.
memorize it po, sir.
Sige, thank you. Do you have also knowledge about those other personalities who have been killed on the war on drugs? Like big personalities that you know about?
Yes, Mr. Chair, it was a public knowledge. It was in the newspaper like the couple na Odikta, di ba namatay po yon? Mayor Halili,
Ano
may
yung
mga
kay Mayor
mayors,
sa Calabarzon yan? Tony Halili?
Region 4A.
Yes, anong
Halili.
pagkaalam mo sa pagkamatay ni Tony Halili?
He was shot during the flag raising ceremony.
Yes,
And
yes, it was reported.
Sniper po.
So, what do you know about
Chismis lang kasi, Mr. Chair.
okay.
And I think imported. Kasi during that
Ayan siya mismo nagsabi, chuchu lang, ini-snipe na. So, dapat yung mga chuchu na yon, malaman din natin yung mga source ng chuchu. Kung sino yung mga nagturo na yon, di ba? Kung ma-pinpoint lang din naman natin sila, sana lang.
that time po sa war on drugs, pwede pong tumawid yung mga operatives from...
So wala kang direct knowledge about it?
Pinagmalaki kasi ng isa, sir, na sila.
Sino yung nagmalaking yan?
Major Albotra, Mr. Chair.
Major?
Albotra of Region 7.
Albotra?
Yes.
Of Region 7?
Yes po. Ano pangalan ni Albotra?
Major Albotra na Region 7.
Lieutenant Colonel nata. Yes, sir, pinagmalaki niya sa akin noon. Oh, talaga, sabi ko, how did you do it? So, mga kilala niya, mga kasama niya.
At sila ang nagpapatay kay Tony Halili?
He said he's in the team, Mr. Chair.
So, it's a team that killed Mayor Tony Halili. So, it was
According to
really
him.
a planned...
According to him, Mr. Chair.
According to
During
Major...
that time kasi, Mr. Chair, kung meron ng grapevine, like it would appear na it is a operation, nagkakaroon ng code of silence. It's real talk, Mr. Chair. Sa PNP, tahimik na. Matatakot na yung iba, matatakot na rin. Even RDs would say na, oh, trabaho yan. Huwag mong trabaho. They will just call you and then it became a culture. Minsan i-process kasi mag-intervene ang NBI. Mas nakakatuwa nga kung NBI kasi talagang mas maganda pag ganun. Kaya during my time sa CIDG, nasa Cebu City Police ako, tuwang-tuwa ako pag NBI talaga mag-handle. Kasi definitely, magiging maayos po. That is why, sinasabi ko palagi, gusto ko nagka-hands off after the processing ng crime scene ng crime lab. Pag sinabi na victim na they want NBI, binibigay ko po. That's the reality on the ground, Mr. Chair. You can ask mga ground commanders and chief of police.
So again, Mr. Chairman, I would like to reiterate the name of Major
Lieutenant Colonel Albotra na ata.
Albotra. Kenneth Albotra to be invited in the next hearing.
Comsec, please take note.
With that, Mr. Chairman, with a heavy heart, I yield back for the meantime.
Okay, thank you, Congressman Fernandez. May tanong lang ko kay Colonel Marcos. Colonel Marcos, yung bang prior to your assignment sa Region 8, you're the regional what do you call that? Anong position niya, no?
Regional
Chief ng CIDG sa Region 8.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Prior to that, anong assignment mo?
Deputy Provincial Director po of Leyte PPO, sir.
So sa PPO ka dati. And then eventually, nung after 2016, napunta ka sa CIDG as Regional Chief.
By July, sir.
July of 2016.
Yes, sir.
Kanina kasi nabanggit ni Colonel Garma na ang tinatanong ko kasi, paano ba nagkakaroon ng assignment? No, halimbawa, in example ko kasi kanina, si Colonel Patay, from Davao del Norte, inailipat siya dito sa Quezon City. So, ang sagot sa akin ni Colonel Garma, mayroong mga nagvo-volunteer. Example daw niya, kagaya mo, nag-volunteer ka dyan sa Region 8 because kaya mo raw mag-deliver. And in the lingo of the members of the PNP, nagkakaintindihan kayo pagka pinag-usapan yung deliver. Tama ba yun? Is it safe to assume na yung sinasabing deliver yung merong mga drug personalities na may execute ninyo?
Bali po sir, yung ibig sabihin ng linggo ng deliver sa amin is pag kinuha ka sir na nilagay ka sa isang post na operating unit, you know how to operate sir. Marunong kang kumaga, you can perform the performance of an operating unit. Parang ganun sir.
So it doesn't have anything to do with killing?
Hindi naman po sa pagkaintindi ko ganun sir, kasi hindi pa ako na-assign ng CIDG ever since in my career. Kaya nung sinabi na kung willing ako ma-assign ng CIDG, nag-oo po ako sir.
Pero totoo ba na nag-volunteer ka na mapwesto ka dyan as regional chief kasi you can deliver? Totoo ba yan?
Sinutan ako sir ng order. Bali yun pong nangyayari po kasi noon is nangyayari naman po yan ng shoot order. Ang normal process po kasi sa PNP is you seek for an accommodation, then you seek for an availability. Ang nangyayari po sa akin is shoot order po. Marami po kami na shootan ng order because it was a transition sir. Nangyayari naman po yan sa transition of government. Pag bago po yung leadership, minsan yung mga gusto nilang ipwesto, pipwesto po nila.
Were you ever assigned outside of Region 8? Saan ka ba na-assign dati?
I was assigned sir in Malacanang as PSD member during President Ramos time. Then after that, I was assigned with Region 8 as company commander. Then I was assigned with Region 7. Then I was assigned sir in DPRM, NHQ. Then I was assigned with NCRPO, Manila Police. Then I went back sir to Region 8 on my hometown after my OSEC. Yan po yung mga assignment ko sir.
Mr. Chair,
So,
pwede bang
oh yeah, please, Congressman ako.
na-assign ka sa Malacanang
Yes sir.
after graduation?
Yes sir.